I always knew. Uh, so I'm from Mendoza in Argentina. So it's the land of the winemaking as well. And I always get pulled to it. Eventually, I went to a high school that was really into the natural science, winemaking, agriculture, medicine. And eventually I started pulling off in there. I started working in a winery when I was around 15. So I have like 20 years doing this. Um, so it was a little bit of everything. It was the time too. That when I started doing it, I was really, really young, and people started doing stuff for me to know the job, to see if I really like it. So I started in the lab. I knew that wasn't really my path in to be right only in the lab, but I started having experience in different areas, and I just get in love of it. So I always knew it was what I meant to do. When I started, I was really young, so that was really hard because they only see a kid bossy people around. And so it was more my mentors, even if they were male mentors, they were really understanding and they were like my male version. So it was really good to have people around me that supports what I think or my strengths. So that was what it helped me. I love everything of it. I love just doing it, work with it. It's like I live for it. For it. um, it's the whole thing. It's not only far away from the science. It's the what I feel when I do my job. It feels alright. Feel parts of me. So I always feel like it's what I am too. When I was around 18, between my 18 21, I was at uni. I started working really hard. So during uni, we have to do our hours as well in the winery. So I work the vintage, and then after that, I went to uni and did that every day for like 6 months, every single year. And it does click that I did like it. It didn't feel like an effort even if I slept 1 hour a day. So I do feel like it clicked that it meant to be. And then I start traveling around, and I always like everything of it, every single part. And I don't know, just couldn't stop. I think people nowadays just cares more about what they do. So I think it might help them to work around more what they do is meaningful, or what they care for is surrounded about vineyard or the winery is more thoughtful what they do. It's just not just wasting the resources they have. I think they are more thoughtful, or we use so much water, or we have so much carbon, and we do use a lot of things, but it's more thoughtful about the environment and the winemaking. It relates a lot about that, about all the uses or resources that you have surround you. I think it felt a little bit smoother than other vintages. I think it was we had lucky that we have some people with a bit more experience than other one, or we have people come back here. So always the people around you, your team always help you out with if it's going to be good or not. The grapes were great compared to other years. So I think it should be better, or it was a nice vintage compared to the stress of the other ones. I think I don't know if my patience, that is not my skill, but I have learned to be patient and to teach or train people to do what I do, because we are a bit smaller, so you have to go more forward to the people you work with, so you do have a lot of contact with them. So I think strength and leadership, it will be more of my biggest strength. I work for production, so what I do is work with finished wine most likely. So whatever they're going to bottle, I make sure the cellar hands prepare the wine to go ready for bottle. So mainly that's my part. I do part of the wine shows as well. Most likely everything, other wine shows. I do applications and stuff like that, so I really involved in that side. Then we are only 3 winemakers here, so we really help each other to do everything. When it's vintage, we do everything. We just work like a team. But in some paths, like production, I'm more dedicated to it. So I'm the one who does 99% of the job, and that is what I do normally here. And I'm in charge of the cellar hands most likely in a lot of the ways. So I have a lot of worksheets, so the things they have to do through the day, I walk them or I talk to them what is happening. I think it's some part more intuition sometimes. It depends what happens. You don't know what will happen after. You always try to follow a way to go, but not always happens. So it's a lot of gut. I think it's a lot of dedication. I think I don't think only us will be different. I think everybody has a little bit or their soul or what they want to put or the work for it. So I think the wine, when you love what you do, it just shows eventually in the bottle. So we hope we do our best. So it's what I hope I do. Probably when I left home, I start traveling. So I open a little bit more my mind, and I work with different people. Language barrier was a big thing. I already talk a bit of English, but in that make a little bit more to show what I knew in that moment, because it's different sometimes to translate everything about winemaking in different languages. It's not always the same, and I think that one was probably my proudest moments, to be alone in a different country. I think it's a lot of worldly too, because unfortunately you don't always do what you want to do or what you expect to do, but you always work for what the people want from it. So it's please other people and then do some traditional in the middle. You always will put some traditional path, what you learn from, because it's what you come from. So you always have that traditional path, and then you have to innovate to what people want in that moment, because the customers change, or the people who consumes the wine always change or grow old, or you change the perspective of what they want in that time. We just started with it, so it's not, haven't been many years we have sustainability, but it's good that little by little we start implementing it. So it takes a while to do everything that you want to do, but it does help. I start in the cellar and then the lab, and then I move after vintage in the office. And it was always young people. You always show them how to work, what to do, and that has a lot to do with it. So it's how you start molding your team day by day. I think that is the biggest one. I hope it does help the grapes to come in, but I don't think I think people should care more about it, like to take care more of the surroundings and just not only the vineyard but around where you are, because it's no way that anything, not only the winemaking will get affected. So if something gets affected, everything start affecting everything else, and you want what you do, it means something, or keep going in the future, for the future generations. I think it will be important, eventually it will be all transparent that are sustainable. But not always they know it's not something that is on front of your logo, it's sustainable. I don't think any place is no hard work, but it's a small community, so it's good as slowly you start meeting people and you know who the other winemakers are and you can talk to them too. So it's a lot of teamwork too for the Riverina. So when you need something or you need help or you have questions, otherwise than the winery, you have the other winemakers, with experience or different experience, you have the resource of them to be there. We are big, but at the same time, we are a small community, and when you start knowing everybody, it's a great team. I would say maybe I'm more in the red, so I always feel more connected. I think it makes me feel, it's not a special variety. If I had to choose, I will pick something like Caps Up or close to it, because it just makes me feel closer to home. So I think that's why it's more representative of me. It makes me feel closer to be home. I think it's the heat. It shows everything. I don't think it's another wine like the Riverina. Everybody has a different expression. I think the Riverina has their own, really very own expression about to show what they do. Like they do Durif or Shiraz, and everybody, I think, is just expressed so differently, and it's great to taste every one of the wines, not only divine wines, if not all the Riverina wines are different. I think everything is connected, so all the natural elements are whatever you handle, so you have the power to modify what you want from them, but sometimes Mother Nature has a lot of saying what you will do, and then you just have to take care of what she gave you, basically. I hope one day, I don't know, it will be like Julie, that she's a person you want to look forward to be like a female winemaker. Very representative, that she had put a lot of hard work, and you expect one day to get there and be able to mentor someone else, especially a female. You feel really proud of it. It make you feel like it's your own family, another different family. It's like you start meeting people and you start know a little by little everyone, especially our younger generation. I think it's great that sometimes we able to meet each other and talk like we see every day, but it's a sense of family, more to say. It's like a little hometown. Now I think that people will more open-minded about winemaking, because sometimes it's really hard for a winemaker to make wine that please everyone, and that is I think that is the hardest part. And you have like old school or young people that are really opposite what they want, and is just to give people they can taste or try more than is in front of them or they're used to do. I will hope like women or over the years stand a little bit more. I do see more people, more women coming forward, like sommeliers, winemakers, and growers. All that is included in the winemaking. I think it's more women now than when I started, and I hope to see that forward in the past, and we'll be able to lead or inspire other women to do what they want to do. I would like that people say, oh, don't be so scared, or step forward, because you get scared when you're young and you're like, oh, shouldn't, or I should say, or give your opinion, because sometimes give your opinion, what do you think about this wine, and you are like, it's good. No, but well, you learn with the time, but in that moment when I was younger, I would like to say, or someone would say, or be more forward what you want, or what you really think about it, instead like, oh, hold a little bit. I think when they hear where I come from or what I done, they get a little bit surprised, because I start so young. It's like I was 15, I left home when I was 21, I finished uni and I left, basically. So I start traveling, and I start moving back and forward, doing vintages. So I think that path sometimes surprise people or impress them sometimes, especially when they are really young, they're like 20 or 25. And by that time I already was supervisor, or I was already done like 10 vintages by then. So it's like, oh, showing them that you can do, you can always learn something, and I think it's quite impressive if you are perseverant. I do hope they remember that we do a good wine. And what we did put, it meant something other than just drinking wine. It's just the effort or the job you do for you and for the community you work for, because you not only work for a little space, you work for a whole community to go forward. Like females winemakers, they always work to like a little bit harder than the rest, for saying like that.